Sometimes the people who are supposed to support you the most become the biggest obstacles in your life. Sometimes love gets twisted into control. This is the story of how my mother tried to steal my wedding day and make it hers. My name is Claire, and I'm 30 years old. 2 months ago, I discovered that my mom had returned my wedding dress without telling me. And when I confronted her, I learned that this was never really about a dress at all. Let me start at the beginning, with the elopement that started everything. Last year, my boyfriend Marcus and I decided to get married. We'd been together for 5 years, living together for 3. We were ready, but we didn't want a big wedding. Neither of us did. Marcus is quiet, introverted. The idea of standing in front of 100 people and making speeches made him anxious. And I'd always dreamed of something small, intimate, just us and our love. So we eloped. We flew to Colorado, just the two of us. Got married on a mountain at sunset with a photographer and an officiant. It was perfect. Simple. Exactly what we wanted. We posted a few photos on social media afterward. Announced that we'd gotten married. Expected our families to be happy for us. My mom's reaction was not what I expected. She called me 3 hours after I posted the photos. I could hear the anger in her voice before she even said hello. "You got married without me?" she said. "Yes. We eloped. It was just us." "How could you do that? How could you get married without your own mother there?" I tried to explain. Told her we wanted something small, that it wasn't personal, that we still loved everyone. But Mom wasn't hearing it. "I'm your mother, Claire. I should have been there. I've dreamed about your wedding day since you were born." "I know, Mom, but it was our day, not yours." "Wrong thing to say." Mom hung up on me. Didn't speak to me for 2 weeks. My dad called eventually. Played mediator like he always did. "You know how your mother is," he said. "She just wanted to be part of your special day." "I know, but Marcus and I wanted it to be just us." "I understand. But maybe you could throw her a bone? Have a small party or something to celebrate?" I talked to Marcus about it. He wasn't thrilled with the idea, but he could see how upset the situation was making me. "If it'll make peace with your mom, we can do something small," he said. So I called my mom. Suggested we do a vow renewal ceremony. Just family, nothing huge. A chance for everyone to celebrate with us. Mom's whole attitude changed immediately. "Really? You'd do that?" "Yeah. We could do it in a few months. Keep it simple. Maybe 20 people." "Oh, Claire, that would be wonderful. I'd love to help plan it." And there was the catch. Mom wanted to help plan it. I should have seen the red flags right then. Should have set boundaries immediately. But I wanted to make her happy. Wanted to fix our relationship. So I said yes. The next few weeks, Mom was involved in everything. Venue options, guest list, menu choices. At first it was fine. She had good suggestions. Seemed to respect what Marcus and I wanted. But slowly, things started shifting. Mom's guest list kept growing. What started as 20 people became 30, then 40. "We have to invite your father's cousins," she'd say. "And my book club friends have been asking." Book club friends? People I'd met maybe twice? But every time I pushed back, Mom would get upset. Say I was being ungrateful. Remind me that she was just trying to help. Marcus noticed it too. "Your mom is taking over," he said one night. "I know. I'll talk to her." But I didn't. I kept avoiding the confrontation, kept letting things slide. Then came the dress shopping. 2 months ago, Mom insisted we go dress shopping together. She wanted to help me pick out something special. I agreed. Thought it might be a nice mother-daughter bonding experience. We went to 3 different bridal shops. Mom had opinions about everything. The first store? She hated everything I tried on. Too simple. Too boring. Not special enough. The second store, she kept pulling dresses I didn't like. Big ball gowns with layers of tulle. Dresses that looked like wedding cakes. I tried them on to make her happy. But they weren't me. They weren't my style. At the third store, I found it. The perfect dress. It was simple. Ivory colored. A-line silhouette. Delicate lace on the bodice. Nothing fancy or over the top. But when I put it on, I felt beautiful. It was exactly what I'd been looking for. I stepped out of the dressing room. Showed Mom. She was quiet for a moment. Just staring. "So, what do you think?" I asked. "It's very simple." "I know. That's what I love about it." Mom walked around me, examining the dress from every angle. "It's not very bridal. I think it is. It's just not traditional. But I love it. I waited for her to say something else. Something negative. But instead, she smiled. If you love it, then it's perfect. I felt relieved. Like maybe we turned a corner. Maybe Mom was finally respecting my choices. You really think so? Absolutely. You look beautiful, sweetheart. We bought the dress that day. It needed some minor alterations. The shop said it would be ready in 6 weeks. I left feeling happy, excited, like everything was coming together. Mom seemed happy too. She hugged me in the parking lot, told me she couldn't wait to see me in that dress at the ceremony. I should have known it was too good to be true. The next 6 weeks passed quickly. The vow renewal was planned for the end of April. Everything was coming together. The venue was booked, a small garden at a local event space. Invitations had been sent. The guest list had finally been locked at 35 people. Marcus and I were actually getting excited about it. It would be nice to celebrate with our families, to share our love with the people who mattered. This week, I went to pick up my dress from the bridal shop. I was excited. Hadn't seen it in 6 weeks. Couldn't wait to try it on again. I walked into the store, gave them my name, waited while they went to the back to get my dress. But the sales associate came back empty-handed. She looked confused. I'm sorry, but I can't find your dress. What do you mean? Your order. It's not here. Let me check the computer. She typed on her keyboard, frowned at the screen. It says here that your order was returned. My stomach dropped. Returned? I didn't return anything. It says here that someone named. She checked the screen again. Jennifer returned it 2 days after you purchased it. Is that you? Jennifer. My mom's name. No, that's my mother. But I didn't ask her to return anything. The associate looked uncomfortable. She said you'd changed your mind, that you wanted something different. I felt like the floor was falling out from under me. I didn't change my mind. I wanted that dress. I'm so sorry. We issued a full refund to the card that was used for the purchase. My mom's card. She'd insisted on buying the dress as a gift. I should have paid for it myself. Should have known better. I left the store in a daze, sat in my car, tried to process what had just happened. Mom had returned my dress. Without asking me. Without telling me. She'd lied to the store. Said I'd changed my mind. Why would she do that? I called her immediately. She answered on the 3rd ring. Hey, sweetie, what's up? I just went to pick up my dress. They said you returned it. Silence on the other end. Mom? Oh, well, yes, I did. She said it so casually, like it was no big deal. Why would you do that? Because I didn't want you to embarrass yourself in something so plain. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. Embarrass myself? Mom, I loved that dress. It wasn't special enough, Claire. You're only going to do this once. Well, twice, I guess, since you already eloped. But still, you need something that makes a statement. I didn't want to make a statement. I wanted to feel beautiful. And you will. I already bought you another dress. It's much better. You're going to love it. My hands were shaking. I was gripping the steering wheel so hard my knuckles were white. You had no right to return my dress. I was doing you a favor. Trust me. This new dress is gorgeous. Bright white, beautiful rhinestones, very bridal. Bright white, rhinestones. Everything I didn't want. Mom, I don't want a different dress. I wanted the one I picked out. Well, it's too late now. The new dress is already being altered. It'll be ready next week. I couldn't speak, couldn't form words. You'll thank me when you see it, Mom continued. Everyone's going to be so impressed. Everyone. There it was. This wasn't about me. It wasn't about what I wanted or what made me happy. It was about what other people would think, about putting on a show. I have to go, I said. Okay, sweetie. We'll set up a time for you to try on the new. I hung up before she could finish. I sat in my car outside that bridal shop for an hour, just sitting, trying to understand what had just happened. My mom had stolen my dress, returned it behind my back, bought something else without asking me, and she didn't even think she'd done anything wrong. That evening, I told Marcus everything. He was furious, more angry than I'd ever seen him. She returned your dress? Without asking? Yeah. Claire, that's insane. That's controlling and manipulative. I know. You need to confront her. Set boundaries. Tell her this isn't okay. I did confront her. She doesn't see what the problem is. Marcus ran his hands through his hair, a gesture he did when he was stressed. Maybe we should cancel the whole thing. The vow renewal? Yeah. This was supposed to be about making peace with your mom, but she's just using it to control you. Part of me wanted to agree, wanted to cancel everything and avoid the drama. But another part of me was angry. Why should I cancel? Why should I let her win? I don't want to cancel, I said. I want to stand up to her. How? I don't know yet. But I'm not wearing the dress she bought. The next morning, I called my mom, asked her to meet me for coffee. She agreed happily. Probably thought I was calling to apologize or thank her for the new dress. We met at a Starbucks near her house. She was already there when I arrived, sitting at a corner table with her latte. "Hi, honey," she said cheerfully when I sat down. I didn't return her smile. "We need to talk." Her smile faded slightly. About what? About the dress. About boundaries. About this entire vow renewal. Mom sighed. "Claire, if this is about me returning that dress..." "It is. What you did was wrong. You had no right." I was trying to help. "No, you weren't. You were trying to control me." Mom's face hardened. "That's not fair." "Isn't it? You returned my dress without asking, bought a different one without my input. You've turned our small celebration into something huge. Invited people I don't even know. Those people care about you." "No, they care about you. This whole thing has become about you, not me, not Marcus, you." Mom looked genuinely confused. "I don't understand what you're so upset about. I'm just trying to make your day special." My day was special, in Colorado. When Marcus and I got married, just us. That was special. But I wasn't there. I know. And I'm sorry that hurt you. But this vow renewal was supposed to be a compromise. A way to include you. Instead, you've taken over everything. Tears were forming in Mom's eyes. She reached across the table for my hand. I pulled my hand back. "Claire, please, I just want you to have a beautiful wedding. The kind of wedding you deserve." "The kind of wedding you wanted, you mean?" Mom wiped her eyes. "What's that supposed to mean?" "This isn't about me. It's about you getting the wedding you always imagined. The one you dreamed about when I was little. Is it so wrong that I want nice things for my daughter? It is when you force those things on me. When you ignore what I actually want." We sat in silence for a moment. The coffee shop buzzed with activity around us. But at our table, everything was still. "I'm not wearing the dress you bought," I said quietly. Mom's head snapped up. "What?" "The dress with the rhinestones. I'm not wearing it. But it's already being altered." "Then you can return it, just like you returned mine." "Claire, that's ridiculous. The ceremony is in 3 weeks." "I know, I'll figure something out. But I'm not wearing a dress I didn't choose." Mom's face was red now, angry. "You're being ungrateful." "No, I'm being honest. For the first time in months, I'm being honest with you. After everything I've done for you..." "You mean after everything you've done for yourself?" I interrupted. "This whole thing has been about you, your vision, your dreams, your book club friends." "Not me." Mom stood up abruptly, her chair scraped against the floor. "Fine, if you don't want my help, then I won't help anymore. Plan your own event, see how that works out." She grabbed her purse and walked out. I sat there alone, my coffee growing cold, watching people come and go. Part of me felt guilty, felt like maybe I'd been too harsh. But mostly I felt relieved, like I'd finally said what needed to be said. That evening, my dad called. "Your mother is very upset," he said. "I know. She says you accused her of being selfish." "I didn't accuse her, I told her the truth. She's been making this whole thing about herself." Dad sighed. The tired sigh of a man who'd spent decades mediating between his wife and daughter. "She just wants to be involved, Claire. Being involved is different from taking over." "I know, but you know how she is." There it was again. You know how she is. The excuse I'd heard my whole life. The reason I was supposed to let things slide. "Dad, I'm 30 years old. I'm married. I'm allowed to set boundaries with my own mother." "I'm not saying you're not. I'm just asking you to consider her feelings." "What about my feelings? What about what I want?" Dad was quiet for a moment. "You're right. I'm sorry. You shouldn't have to compromise on your own wedding." "Thank you." "What are you going to do about the dress?" I don't know yet. Figure something out. After I hung up with Dad, I felt exhausted, drained from the confrontation, from years of letting Mom steamroll over my preferences. Marcus came home from work and found me on the couch. He sat next to me, pulled me close. How'd it go with your mom? Not great. She walked out. I'm sorry. Don't be. I said what I needed to say. I'm proud of you. Those words meant everything. I need a new dress, I said. We'll find one, even if we have to look at every store in the city. The next week, I went dress shopping with Marcus's sister. She let me make my own choices. We found a dress at a small boutique. Simple, ivory, beautiful. I bought it with my own money this time. Made sure no one else could return it. Mom didn't call, didn't text. Dad said she was hurt but would come around eventually. 10 days before the ceremony, Mom finally called. Hi, she said quietly. Hi, Mom. I've been thinking about what you said. Maybe I did get carried away. I just wanted everything to be perfect. But it's not your wedding, Mom. It's mine. I know that now. I'm sorry. Mom didn't apologize often. Can I still come? Despite everything, I wanted her there. Of course. You're my mom. I could hear her crying. Thank you, sweetie. But I need you to respect my choices. This is my day. Mine and Marcus's. I understand. I promise. The day of the vow renewal arrived. I put on my simple ivory dress. I looked at myself in the mirror. I looked like me, not some version my mom wanted me to be. And I felt beautiful. At the venue, Mom arrived with Dad. She smiled when she saw me. Claire, you look beautiful, she said. And she meant it. She didn't mention the dress, didn't make comments about my choices. She just hugged me and took her seat. The ceremony was perfect. Marcus and I exchanged personal vows. Our families were there, people who actually mattered to us. It was everything I'd wanted, simple, meaningful, ours. At the reception, Mom came up to me. I'm proud of you, she said. For what? For standing up to me, for knowing what you wanted and fighting for it. I felt tears in my eyes. Really? Really? I'm sorry I made this so hard. I had this vision of your perfect day, and I forgot that your perfect day might look different from mine. Thank you for understanding. I'll try to do better, to listen more, to control less. She hugged me, a real hug. Looking back now, I'm glad everything happened the way it did, even the dress drama, because it forced me to set boundaries, to stand up for myself. The dress she returned? I'm glad I didn't wear it. The dress I chose for myself meant so much more. It represented my choice, my voice, my life. To anyone dealing with controlling parents, it's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to stand up for yourself. Your life is yours. Your choices are yours. Your wedding is yours. Don't let anyone take that away from you. Real love respects boundaries. Real love supports your choices. And if someone can't give you that, then it's time to set boundaries. Because you deserve to live a life that's authentically yours.